What is up, y'all? Welcome to another live stream. I figured since Mortal Slayer 82 dropping down a $5 super chat before the live streams even started, might as well just go ahead and start live. Wednesday is the nights whenever I can't go long anyhow, because as you guys know, Dan's Fish goes live right after me. So Mortal Slayer 82 dropping a $5 super chat. No question, it's for the project jar. Thanks a lot, buddy. I really appreciate it. Really nice to have your support, and really appreciate that, man. Always got lots of projects going on. I counted up yesterday. I've got 7 videos that are uploaded to YouTube. Just craziness. Just absolute craziness. I'm like on a really good streak right now, and wanted to try to see about on Wednesday nights. Wednesday nights is usually my slower night, and wanted to see about maybe changing up the format on Wednesday nights to be more of a Q&A type of thing. And you know, within reason, it can be just about anything that you guys think of. You know, it can be personal questions within reason, it can be fish related, it can be just about whatever. And then Saturday nights we'll just do the hangout type stuff like what we always do. But Wednesday nights, I've got quite a few of my subscribers that work, and it's just a little bit slower of a night usually. So I kind of got to thinking about that, and last night I stayed up till almost midnight working on the thumbnail, and I know it doesn't look like it, but the way that I do the thumbnails, it takes a little bit longer to do. I don't really have a really good thumbnail software, so anyhow, yeah, so that's what I would like the Wednesday night streams to be, is just a Q&A type of thing. One of the best things about doing these live streams is, and I think the reason why they do so good, is because you don't just go out and make videos all the time just rogue and get a few comments from people. You actually can go live throughout the week and talk about your upcoming videos and talk about your videos that you just uploaded and see what people really think. And people, you know, in the chat are very helpful, and it gets to be a face-to-face thing, a live interaction, and you get to actually know your subscribers better this way. And you know, these Q&As, I look at it this way: if there's 30 people in the chat and each one of you guys asks one question that takes me 2 minutes to answer, that's an hour right there. So it may work, it may not. You guys may just want to do like normal, but you know, all of my live streams are pretty much, you know, there's a random question here and there, but most of the time it's just everybody just hanging out in the chat, and it'd be kind of nice to get some interaction with some questions. So I thought I would start naming the Wednesday night a live Q&A, and just do it that way. And it's a way for you guys to get to know me, or maybe it's you guys have just had some kind of an issue this week and you want some questions answered, what I would do about it. So there was a little bit of confusion in the early chat. I noticed, I had a really long day, by the way. I left the house at 6-ish this morning, and I drove to my shop in Iowa City, about an hour and 45-minute drive. And I had meetings all day. We ordered lunch in, and we just hammered out meetings all day long. And left the shop just a little bit before 5 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time, and I got home around a little after 6, like 20 minutes after 6. Scarfed down some food, came in here and got this ready, shared it out to a few places, and here I am. My day has just been non-stop. Haven't had a breather, any me time. I haven't had any real Facebook time or Instagram time, or anything like that. But I can't even remember where I was going with that, but yeah, it's been a long stinking day. Craziness. But the confusion in the chat, yeah, that's what I was going to say. Dougie from Bald and Dangerous had mentioned early on in the chat that he wasn't going to be able to make it to the live stream because of family stuff, and then Daryl Deemer thought that I wasn't going live. So I forgot. Dozer is outside and he is barking really, really profusely, and I think Mia's out there too. So hang on, let me go let them in real quick and I will be right back. Sorry guys. Ay, 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 ay. Come on. Come on. Lay down. Good boy. That's a good boy. Lay down. Good grief. What'd you get after out there? Alright, I'm back. Dozer was after some ghosts out there or something. Actually, what it is when him and Mia are outside together, he gets to barking at her if she gets out of the yard. So that's what he was really barking at. Okay. Mary RNH2O was first to the chat tonight. Welcome to the live stream, Mary, if you're still here. Then Dougie from Bald and Dangerous, which he's not going to make it to the live stream tonight. He had family business to catch up on. So then we got Daryl Deemer coming in third, and then I pretty much talked to everybody else, I believe, that was in the chat. So let's see where we got our first question at here. Let's see who asked the first question. Let's see. Boy. Boy, I seen a question earlier, and I think I passed it. Let's see here. Where is it? Yeah, Prolific Breed is here on time for a change. It's nice to see you, buddy. Mr. D is in the house. What is up, Mr. D? Corey's Aquatics is in the house. Everyday Fish Keeper is in the house. What is up, guys? Fish Tropic is in the house. What is up, Jason? Nice to see you, buddy. Candy Overalls is in the house. What is up, Candy? And Dank Tanks. What is up, Dank? Welcome to the live stream. I don't think I have talked to Dank all day long. Maybe just a minute this morning, and I didn't know if he was coming or not. Let's see here. Zill Gill is here. What is up, Zill? Jeff hit the big O. No, this is my local town, Oskaloosa Indians hat. So, okay. Okay, here's a question. Josh B is in the house. Welcome, Josh B. Says, hey, Jeff, got some dwarf neon rainbows. They're pretty little right now. Anyone know of the growth rate to get these guys full grown? Feeding live, frozen, and flakes. Man, I have not kept the dwarf neon rainbows. Boy, I really don't know. I know they're a nice fish, but I really don't know. I could maybe Google it, or if there's anybody else in the chat that keeps dwarf neon rainbows. So you got them in pretty small, huh? Yeah, sorry, man. My first question of my Q&A, I bombed. Okay, here's one. Jason says from Fish Tropic, hey, what's the weirdest thing you've ever fed? That I've ever fed? That is interesting. I would say I had a pacu one time that I would feed raw carrots to. And that's not necessarily weird, but what other fish do you feed raw carrots to? You know, it's hard, but he was a huge fish. He was like 20 plus inches long, and his teeth were like razor blades, and he would demolish the raw carrot. And that was always really fun to watch. It's really fun to hear. You could hear it just chomp, 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 you know, and it was pretty cool. And then sometimes I would dump in a can of green beans, and he would eat the whole can of green beans whenever I had people over, and that was always a big show. But the carrots, you knew you were dealing with a powerful fish whenever you would feed him a raw carrot. Basically, the pacu is like a piranha that's a vegetarian. They're a vegetarian. They're like a cousin to a piranha, and they get really big. And I had him in a 125, and really at the end he was too big for the tank. He had problems turning around, but that was probably one of the weirdest foods that I've ever fed to fish. And then the tofu, like a couple of videos ago, I fed some tofu to my plecos, and I fed it to my shrimp too. Now I didn't do it to my shrimp on camera, but it turned out to be a really cool food. There's a lot of calcium in tofu, so it really ended up turning out to be a pretty cool find. I think John Bedker that's in the chat is the one that had recommended it, or didn't really necessarily recommend it. I was asking people, you know, what should I feed for my next pleco versus food, and he suggested it. And really, it's not messy at all. It didn't, you know, foul the tank whatsoever. I got the firm type, and it stayed packed in really tight. The fish fed on it. The plecos devoured it. They loved it. And then I put a couple of slivers and some shrimp tanks, and the shrimp just love it. I mean, the shrimp were all over it like crazy. So, good question, Jason. All right, let's see here. Candy Overalls with a $2 super chat, and she says, congrats on all your success. Thanks a lot, Candy. I did notice today, whenever I was getting ready to go live, that I'm almost to 100,000 views on my channel, and I've got like 3 more subscribers to 1,200 subscribers. The 100,000 views, though, it doesn't sound like a lot to a bigger YouTuber, you know, but 100,000 views is pretty good to me. I was pretty stoked when I saw that number coming up. So, yeah. Josh B says, thanks, everyone. Anyone kept L106 orange theme? I haven't, but I love the pleco. I love all plecos, and that's another thing that I want to announce. I made a top 5 pleco video, my top 5 favorite pleco, and it turned out really awesome. The only problem is it's not coming out till like the first week of September, because like I said earlier in the live stream, I've got a ton of videos already uploaded. So Charlie is in the house. What is up, Charlie? I didn't see you sneak in there. Pebs13 asks, Jeffro, when you measure a fish, especially a pleco, are you including the fins? I do. The tail fin, that is. So usually what you do is you measure from the longest part of the tail fin to the nose, to the very tip of the nose. That's what I always measured whenever I was growing up fishing, because there's lots of limits on certain lakes or ponds that you go fishing at, and you can't keep a bass over a certain length, or it has to be a certain length to keep it. There's different rules at different lakes and different things like that. So how we always did it was from the very tip of the lips all the way to the longest part of the tail is the length of the fish. As far as girth, I think you have to wrap it around the fish to get the girth. So yeah, good question. Karen D is in the house. What is up, Karen D? Can Do you have an email? I do. It is on my About section on my channel here. So if you just go to my About section, scroll down a little bit, it might make you answer a question or see if you're not a robot or something like that. Mile High Plecos with a $2 super chat. Super chat. Super chat. Mile High Plecos with a $2 super chat. I freaking made it. Welcome, brother. Welcome. Yeah, if you guys don't know it, he's been off work for like 3 or 4 weeks after his big move, and he's getting ready to go back to work. But this dude just had a video come out this week. Priscilla from MK Art did a little sneak peek video of some behind the scenes at his new fish room. He's got a new house. He just moved in at the beginning of July ish, somewhere around in there. And yeah, he's a cool guy, real good friend. Science Gal Aquatics is in the house. What is up, Science Gal? Adrian Castillo is in the house. He says, how are your shrimp, Jeff? Did the ponds work out for them? Well, my shrimp are doing really good. Last night, for the first time in the black shrimp tank, I had to do some culling. I hadn't ever really culled in that tank, but whenever I sent some out to Priscilla, I did notice a couple that had a little bit more blue than what I thought that I really wanted in there. It wasn't nothing major or anything, but a little more blue on their tail than what I wanted. So I pulled out 2 or 3 black ones with blue on them and put in my wild shrimp tank last night. And then there was some that were not necessarily brown, but more of a lighter black than what I wanted. Probably about 6 or 8 I pulled out from there. So that's the black shrimp tank. The Fantasy Blue Dreams are doing amazing. I noticed last night my 3rd hatch. I've got some brand new babies in there. Teeny tiny, microscopic, like they're out of the rocks searching for food. Tiny little things. But that is my 3rd hatch. So the Fantasy Blue Dreams are on fire right now, doing good. And then my red cherry shrimp in here, I think it's time to start letting some of them go again, as well as the 10-gallon rack tank that I've got the cherry shrimp in there. Did notice a real wild orange one in there last night. I was gonna cull, and I tried to catch him like 2 or 3 times and got away. But the shrimp out in the summer tubs, I've got so much duckweed going in those summer tubs. I won't do duckweed next year, and I won't do guppy grass next year. Guppy grass doesn't like the heat. It kind of looks like it's melting, and it didn't take off and do very good. It also gets messed up in the overflow. It kind of starts making the overflow want to clog a little bit. It gets messed up in the pump. So I won't do guppy grass outside next year, and I won't do duckweed. I'll probably do some kind of floating plants that have a little bit bigger, you know, a pad than the duckweed does. Duckweed just makes it so impossible to really tell what I've got going on in there. So I really don't know what I've got going on with the shrimp. I probably won't take the summer ponds down for another 2 weeks or so. This weekend I've got a work engagement I've got to do for the ALS. There's an ALS walk at the Quad Cities in eastern Iowa that I've got to go do, and then I'm up in the air whether I'm going to take my son with me to that, and then after we get done, drive up to Chicago for the Aquashella that's going on. I really want to really bad, but I'm not sure. I think if we did end up leaving for it, we would end up staying the night, and then we're getting into expensive and all that kind of stuff. So I'm not really sure, but the shrimp are all doing good. The wild shrimp tank, I didn't feed that tank for a couple of days and got those bad boys out, and they were out like mad last night feeding, and it's doing good too. There's going to be some really cool shrimp come out of that tank eventually, because now that I'm adding some more blues in there, there was one that I had never seen last night that was like a light blue but it looked like it had cream mixed in with it too. And then there was an all white one with just like a blue dot on its head. It's really throwing some really cool shrimp. So, all right, let's see here. Science Gal Aquatic says huge milestone. Congrats. Thank you very much. Friday Fish Fact says 100K views is a ton. Yeah, it is. And it kind of creeped up on me. I know whenever I was looking to get my channel monetized, once I got past that 4,000 hours of watch time, it just kept on climbing. And it's all due to this year's consistency. You know, since January, mid to late January, I've been really consistent every single time. You know, I missed one Saturday night live stream, and that is the weekend that I uploaded my summer tubs, the very first time you guys saw my summer tubs. So I missed a live stream, but I still uploaded a video. I think that was on Memorial Day weekend. It was on a weekend when I went down to Missouri to see my family. And yeah, I've just stayed really consistent, and that 100K views is a ton. And like last month was the best month, excuse me, my channel has ever had. I mean, to tell you, the comments, I had like in between 5,000 and 6,000 comments on my channel last month. That is spectacular, guys. For a channel that has just under 1,200 subscribers, to have 6,000 comments almost, it's crazy, you know. And lots of shares, lots of likes, lots of comments, lots of views. I did really good last month as far as that goes. And then I don't know what's happened in the last 2 days, but I've gained like 40 subscribers in the last 2 days. So I kind of looked around on the internet a little bit to see if somebody shared me out or something, somebody big shared me out, but I couldn't find anything, because usually when someone big shares out my channel, someone will come and watch like my channel trailer or something like that, and then they'll go ahead and subscribe. But don't know what happened there. Let's see. Oh, Adrian Castillo says update on the tiger endlers. Really cool that you bring that up. So what's going on with my endlers right now? You guys saw my unboxing the other day, and I brought 3 different strains of endlers home from Sergeant Tank Pets. I brought some Blue Star endlers, some lime green endlers, and some black bar endlers. When I brought those home, it made me start having a love for endlers again. And my 182, my L182 Starlight Pleco tank has all male red bar endlers in it, and I took probably 6 or 7 of them and put in here with the female red bar endlers to try to get that tank going again, to get some fry going there. And then I moved the rest of them to the bottom tank, which is the L183 Starlight Plecos. And as soon as I did that, the L183 Starlight Plecos, they started coming out. So they're kind of acting like a dither fish right now. And then my L182s went super, super nocturnal. So I thought, I bet you it's the same thing with them. So I did go out there and I grabbed a net, and I went down and made one great big swoop through the 90-gallon tub that the 90-gallon tub that has all the rainbow tiger endlers. And I got like probably 8 or 9 males and like 12 females in just one scoop of the net. So that tank really did good, and I put those up in my L182 Starlight Pleco tank, and now I'm getting a really good view on those. So like if I've got time this weekend, I'll try to make like an update to the summer tubs and show some of the stock. I did bring a few guppies in and put in this tank right here, but that video won't come out till the 2nd week of September. And then I will, in the next couple of weeks, be having to take down my summer tubs. So I don't know, it's gonna have to be one of those. I don't think I'm gonna get 2 videos out of that though. So Sergeant Tank Pets, I saw him sneak in. What is up, Jeremy? Welcome to the live stream. And let's see here. What else? Oh, Bob from Steampot Aquatics is here. What is up, Bob? I haven't got to watch your video from today, but Candy shared it out and she said it was funny, so I'm really looking forward to watching it. I just was in meetings all day long at work and got here like 20 minutes before I went live, but looking forward to watching that video, Bob. Let's see here. Corey Boy Aquatics is in the house. What is up, Corey Boy? Okay, we are at the bottom of the chat. I didn't see any more questions. Jad Orsi says it's all from your awesome hard work, Jeffroz FishKeeping. Thank you very much. It is a lot of hard work, actually. It really is. Especially like this last weekend, Sunday morning, I woke up at 5:30 in the morning and I jumped on this computer. And when I went to bed that night, I had 3 videos uploaded to YouTube. Now, I had already shot the videos, but whenever I woke up that morning, I shot my intros and my outros to all 3 of those videos. And also shot my outro and intro to the 4th one, but I didn't get the 4th one done until Monday night. So between Sunday and Monday, I made 4 videos. I already had them shot, but I had to edit and render and upload to YouTube. Mob Guppy says, I understand that consistency is the key, Jeffro. I've been posting on Sunday and Wednesday. I don't have even 100 followers yet, but I believe my work will yield benefits. It sure does, man. John Bedker says, if you're in the Quad Cities, check out Aquatic Environments Fish Store in Davenport. I will definitely do that, and I'm going to make a note of that right now, because that might be what we do instead of going to Aquashella. It's one of those type of deals where I'd like to go to the aquatic experience. I'd like to go to Aquashella. I think the smart thing for me to do would be to go to Aquashella this year and then save up to really have a good trip to aquatic experience next year. Alright, so it is aquatic environments. Aquatic environments. Quad Cities. I will definitely check that out Saturday, because my thing gets done at noon and won't have anything to do after that. Okay. So the last question I saw was update on the Tiger Endlers. Okay, we've got 37 watching. Everybody think of a question, any question, even if you're a lurker, just, you know, think about it. Just ask any question. Surely everybody on here doesn't know everything. About me especially. You know what I mean? John Gonzalez says, how do you know if you have MTS? This was asked today on another forum. It was a good discussion. Yeah. If you guys don't know what MTS is, I have it, and I've had it for well over a year, and it's just multiple tank syndrome. And I don't have as bad of a case as people like Lucas does. I mean, Lucas can't help himself. You know, even like this last weekend, he went down to St. Louis for that, gosh, I'll butcher it. It was like a Missouri fish auction thingamabobber, and he came home with fish. He's going to Aquashella this weekend. He'll come home with fish, and every time he says, I'm running out of places to put them. But I think we all have it. Of course, last night I was on Corey's live stream, and there was a gal that she's just got 1 guppy tank, and I think 2 or 3, or not guppies, goldfish. She's got 1 goldfish tank, 20 gallon, and a couple or three goldfish in it. It's been set up for 2 years. Everything's been going fine. She had some questions about it, and I was thinking about it whenever I heard that. I was like, wow, I can't remember the last time I only had one aquarium. It's been a long time, and it's one of those type of things that once it happens to you, you'll know. But I don't. To answer that question, though, truthfully, whenever I was trying to set up my 40-gallon breeders in my dining room next to a fish rack that has 12 10-gallon aquariums on it, and the first place that I put them was going to make you have to walk sideways to get through the dining room, I was like, I think I've got MTS. Joel G's with a really good question. A bat and a ball together cost $1.10. The bat costs $1 more than the ball. What is the cost of the ball? Oh my gosh. It costs $1 more than the ball. You lost me there. A bat and a ball. I would say 10 cents is how much the ball costs, but the bat costs $1 more than the ball. That's my answer, and I'm sticking to it. We've got 35 watching. If we had 5 more, that would be my record, because I think 39 watching at one time is my record. And that's weird for a Wednesday night. Usually my Saturday night is a lot busier. Josh B asks, how do you quarantine fish, Jeff? Also, how should I go about getting snails off of plants I buy from my LFS? I quarantine fish in a bare bottom 10-gallon aquarium with the sponge filter. And then try to do like a low light. You don't want too much brighter light. I mean, that's just my preference. I don't always medicate right off the bat. I kind of I look at keeping them in quarantine for a while though. So like I watch them on a day-to-day basis daily, and just look for signs of anything, you know. And then if I see signs of something weird, then I medicate them. But I always quarantine for quite a while, for sure 2 to 3 weeks. A lot of people do medicate right off the bat, but a lot of times also I'm putting them in an empty tank that is going to kind of be their forever home. Whenever you have as many tanks set up as I do, like this summer, every time I bought fish, I didn't really necessarily technically have to quarantine, because since the summer tubs were going outside, I had some empty 10-gallon aquariums that had been cycling forever on my fish rack in my dining room. So I had empty aquariums that I could just pop them into, and that was their forever home. Yeah, so whenever I did the Zebra Danios, I had like 3 or 4 empty tanks. So I put the male and the female in there, spawned them, and then I popped them into separate tanks. And now they're in a tank together, but I don't have it set up to spawn or care about spawning. Then next time I spawn them, I'll probably separate them for a while and watch the female fill up full of eggs, and then pop them back together after a little while and try to get them to spawn again. But like my dwarf gourami that died this summer, I purchased another one, and I quarantined him without meds for like a month in an aquarium all by himself, and I just watched him on a day-to-day basis. And then, you know, after a month, you know there isn't nothing wrong with him. And then I popped him in with the females, and he's been there ever since. So hopefully that answers your question. And then you had a second part to your question: how should I go about getting snails off of plants I buy from my LFS? I haven't ever been very good about that, and I was just thinking about this last night actually. I was talking to one of my buddies. I ordered some plants from Dustin's Fish Tanks, I think is what he's called. I can't even think. You guys know who I'm talking about. But ordered some plants off of his website, and whenever I was talking to my buddy, he said just be careful, because he had ordered some from there one time and there were some leeches in it. So my strategy is going to be to quarantine the plants, and I think if I'm not mistaken, you can use like dog dewormer or something like that. But I don't know about if that's okay with plants. But I think that will get rid of the snails for sure. But I'm going to research that before I do it, because I know that a lot of plants, like I'm getting a package of like 5 or 6 different anubias. So I don't know if they'll like salt. I'll look that up before I do that. Yeah, so I'm gonna quarantine them, and then it's pretty easy depending on what size of plant to manually remove them too. But I would definitely quarantine them. Watch them, look at all the roots, get them out of the rock wall or whatever you call that stuff, rock wool or whatever, and really look them over, because I have done that before, and that is the whole reason why I have bladder snails in just about every tank, and I hate those things. I just absolutely hate them, and I never bought a Malaysian trumpet snail. Actually, I've never bought any snails. They all came in on plants, and my Malaysian trumpet snails, oh my gosh, yeah, there's KG cichlids. Yeah, Malaysian trumpet snails also. Yeah. I've got this 55 gallon here is just overrun with Malaysian trumpet snails. It's just crazy. Mr. D says, I'm showing the signs for MTS right now. That is funny. Real Thing for You Fish Tank says, do I have MTS? I have 5 tank with fish, 4 tanks running without fish, and 4 tanks that need fixed. Yep, you're getting it, buddy. Tampa Tom says, I'm not watching, only listening. John Gonzalez says LR Bretts has many tanks, but it's also how he makes his living. Yep, that's a really good point. Lucas lots of times goes into these situations thinking, I've been looking for that fish for a long time. It's going to be hard for me to find it again. I think my people will like it on my website, and that's what drives his a lot. Plus, he has MTS. Let's see here. Pebs13 says, who needs followers? Let me know. Funny, funny, funny. Let's see here. Okay, Charlie asked a good question. After Corys spawn, how soon can they spawn again? And I thought originally you had asked zebras, but I'm guessing on this, Charlie, because I have never spawned out Corys, so you'd have to really look it up to see for sure, but I'm guessing around the 30-day mark. That's the way a lot of live bearers are. Live bearers will get pregnant again, but they won't have their babies for like 30 days. Like my zebra danios, they can spawn every 30 days. I'm guessing Corys are the same way, but that doesn't mean that it is, because some may take longer, So I don't know, since I've never spawned out Corys, I really don't know, but that is a good question, Charlie. Adrian says, I'll rent you my pea puffer. No kidding. I'll send you some snails. Kevin from KG Cichlid says, Malaysian trumpet snails remind me of the drilling vehicle that Bebop and Rocksteady ride in. Yeah, they're, at first when I first noticed them, I was like, wow, that's cool for a change. And also, they're good at cleaning your substrate, but then it's like they're everywhere, and like when you don't feed the tank too much, then they start attacking your Java moss. And like right now, I have got tons of babies just chewing on my Java moss. Okay, Real Thing for You says, Charlie, as soon as a week, or it seems like to me, I have more than one female. Oh yeah, definitely. Josh B says, are you a Browns fan? Well, I'm an NFL fan for sure. But my favorite team is the Dallas Cowboys. So, Everybody give me some hate there, I guess. And it always has been. I grew up in Missouri, and my dad was an avid Kansas City Chiefs fan, big time. And I was a Dallas Cowboys fan. My dad had a friend that had a bunch of old football cards, and he had some old Dallas Cowboys football cards that I thought were really cool, and I just became a Cowboys fan. And then, in the early 90s, they had all that success whenever I was in high school, so I just loved them. And I've just stayed a fan through all these terrible, hard years. Science Gal Aquatic says, I got some of Lucas's guppies at the auction this past weekend. Awesome. That is awesome. I really wish that I would have had more time. I would have went down there too. But I did. I stayed busy all Sunday. Pebs13 says, yeah, I heard assassin snails and neorites don't multiply. Lay eggs but no offspring until salt. Well, I've got some assassin snails, but I've never kept them before. And I just got them recently from Jeremy at Sergeant Tank Pets, but I have heard that, I think. So there has to be some salinity in the water. Pebs13 heard the same, no problem with that. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. I am fine with snails staying in a small population. Actually, my favorite tanks that I have that have snails in it are the ones that have like 4 or 5 great big giant, like ram's horn snails or something. Just a few. Tampa Tom says, anybody but the Cowboys. That is funny. Adrian says, are you going to the fish swap this fall in Des Moines? Send me a message on Instagram or Facebook or something, and I'll look at the dates and see if I'm open for that. I'd like to. John Bedker says, I am a fan of 2 teams, the Vikings and anyone playing the Cowboys. I love the Vikings run this year. That, what was that called? The Minnesota, what did they call that touchdown pass that one quarterback had? The Minnesota Miracle, I think is what they call that. That touchdown was amazing. That was an exciting game. KG Cichlid says, no, assassin snails breed like crazy. They're sure nice. I think I got like 4 or 5 of them from Germany, and they're nice. KG says, all you need is meaty foods. Okay. Lisa C says her assassin snails have multiplied. By the way, also guys, we got up to the 38 watching mark, and then it plummeted down to 32. I was so hopeful that we would hit 40, but that's okay. It's still good for a Wednesday night. So we're at the 45-minute mark. This Q&A has actually worked good tonight. I think Kevin talked like Pebs. I think Kevin talked like assassin snails breed like crazy without having salinity in the water. I'll have to do that, Mr. D. Mary RNH2O says, me too. I don't know. Oh, I love snails. Yeah, John Gonzalez says, I love snails. I do too. I just hate the bladder ones, like the pond snails. Gosh, I hate those things. They're the ones that are on the glass all the time when I'm trying to film. I mean, I'll be trying to film something and it will keep on blurring, and I'm like, what the heck is going on? And then I notice there's a bladder snail. Science Gal Aquatic says, my 2 pea puffers keep my snail population in check. Yeah, if I ever, yeah, Mary, I get you, Mary. If I ever was to get a pea puffer, I would never, ever, ever have to buy it food, I could just feed it snails forever. So, yep. Oh, but yeah, the bladder snails stink. They really do. Josh B says, I gotta get some puffers, I guess, with my new found snailage. Devin Pepper says, hey Jeffro, just got my first ever pleco. It was 3 albino longfins from Mile High Plecos and have spent last few hours watching them. Well, you're never going to be the same, Devin. You're going to be in love with plecos forever. And I would say out of my next 7 videos, 4 of them are dedicated to plecos. I made some really awesome pleco videos, so I'm looking forward to that. My next video that I have is tomorrow, so that's Thursday. It is, let's see what tomorrow's video is. What is tomorrow? Tomorrow is the 16th, so let's look and see what the 16th is. Okay, so tomorrow's video is my watercolors aquarium gallery in Grand Rapids, Michigan fish room tour. Yep, tomorrow's August 16th, so yep, that video comes out tomorrow. It's like a 17-minute long video. There's some really awesome footage in it. Really nice fish store. It's a huge fish store, but it's actually called a gallery, and I can see why. They've got a lot of really nice display tanks. Really cool place. The owner is in Jeremy's fish club, his aquarium club that he's involved in, the Grand Valley Aquarium Club, and yeah. And then Monday's video is really exciting. It's the Chris Carpenter fish room tour, and Chris Carpenter is the vice president of Jeremy's Aquarium Club, and gosh, that guy has some awesome fish and some really cool projects. He's bred a lot of fish. He knows his stuff. I mean, it's a really cool video. It's like an 18-minute long video. Yeah, it's really cool. You guys have to check those out. I was really glad that I got a chance to do those, because now I've done some really cool fish room videos, and yeah, and it's a chance for me to get some videos out and away from my fish room. Like I went to Eastern Iowa last weekend on Saturday and filmed a really awesome fish room, and that video will be coming out later in the month. And actually I ended up making 2 videos at his place because he's got some really awesome plecos. So I made a all fish related video, like a 17-minute long, or no, that one was 19 minutes long, somewhere around in there. And then I made like a 15-minute all pleco video. The guy has a lot of stuff, a lot of cool stuff, some beautiful, beautiful tanks. So I ended up making 2 videos there. And yeah, I'm really enjoying those. So what is up? Jeff from Valley Fish is in the house. He says hello. What is up, Jeff? Real thing for you, fish tanks, are pond snail and bladder snails the same thing? I think so. I don't know for sure. I always call them pond snails, and then I've heard people call them bladder snails. They're just the little round ones that you can go like this and smash really easy, and they're like a light gray, and they breed like crazy. Yeah, they get on my nerves. I hate them. KG Cichlid says, yep, don't need brackish for assassin snails. Neorites, on the other hand, you do need brackish. Josh B says, my girlfriend wonders how often you trim your beard. Actually, my beard is not as long and as, well, it's full, but it's not as long as what it looks. I allow all my neck hair to grow as well, so it makes it look a lot fuller, but if you look from the side view, it's only like 1.5 inches long, something like that. My big corporate supervisor came in today, and I had originally planned to trim it back a little bit, but last night I made a thumbnail till like midnight for this video, so I just went ahead and just went grizzly on it. And then I got to thinking, man, you know, the fall's coming up, I might let it go a little bit, but I would say once a month, somewhere around in there, I trim it back. The same clippers that I use to trim my hair up here, and I use like a number 3, and then I use the comb and I go down with it all the way across. And yeah, my mustache I trim back more than my beard because I just really can't stand a great big full mustache. It gets to bugging me. So I would say like once a month, somewhere around in there, I trim it back. This December, I think my beard will be 3 years old. I've had it for 3 years straight. Mary says LOL. It says error fetching super chat details. Candy says glad it worked for me. Yeah, thanks a lot. Whoa, the super chat is working because Daryl Deemer just dropped a $10 super chat. Thanks a lot, Daryl. And it's good to see you, and I really appreciate the support, buddy. Thank you very, very much. Josh B says, geez, that's awesome. If I never trimmed my beard, I'd look like LR Brett's Quetics. LR Brett's, yep. Yep. Pleco versus Jeff's beard. Yep. Okay. Oh my gosh. John Bedker just said, I guess Corey posted a picture of himself wearing your t-shirt. Probably the reason for the sub spike. Wichita Falls Fish Keeper said so earlier in chat. Awesome. That is awesome, man. Wow. That is cool. I wonder where that's at. I could get a screenshot of that. Cool. Man, I figured, you know, because anytime you go from getting like, 3 subscribers a day, 2 subscribers, hardly ever go a day without getting 1 subscriber, and it's been that way for quite a while. Excuse me. Hardly ever go with a day without getting 1. But whenever you get a day where all of a sudden out of the blue, you start getting more and more, and then before you know it, by the end of the night, you've got 40 in one day. You're like, somebody had to have shared me out there or something. So cool. Priscilla MK Art is in the house. She says, burp. What is up, Priscilla? Welcome to the live stream. The water box is here. Hey all. Hey Jeffro, dropping by to say hi. Well, thanks a lot. What is up with you? How are you doing tonight? Thanks for stopping in. Josh B says Jeffro's needs more and more subs. This is super entertaining. So funny. I can't remember. I think it had to have been a live stream not too long ago. I was jokingly teasing about this video that I had posted where I goofed up. It was a Sergeant Tank fish room tour video, which you guys showed up in a big way. That video, after like 3 or 4 days, had only gotten like 45 views, and that's really unlike my videos as of late. I mean, my videos always have over 100 views the same day, so I was like, I mean, it was my own fault. I had to do a upload of it or something. It's a long story, but after the stream was over, the Fish Fam showed up, and that video, everybody got to finally start watching that video. So I was really pleased with that. Hopefully I did Jeremy's Fish Room justice. He's a really cool guy, and I really enjoyed my time there, but I was like, man, 45 views, this isn't fair. It was my own fault, though. I had uploaded it by accident, and I was supposed to have had it private, and it got uploaded for a little bit, and then it didn't get a chance to send everybody a notification when I finally made it live. So Priscilla's wondering, who's the favorite troll? Good question. Golly. By the way, also, I'm a little over a week and a half into this cold. Today was my best day. I'm just about over it. So Let's see here. Jeremy says the analytics will let you know sub gains and sub losses with each video. Allison Chains is in the house. She says, hello everyone. Hi Jeffrianna. Yeah, I got crap from everyone all week long about Jeffy Weffy. Oh well, I thought it was cute. Now I'm Jeffrianna forever. Welcome to the live stream, Allison. We're probably only going to go about 5 more minutes though, because Dan's Fish is going live next, and I don't want to carry over into his live stream. Josh B says, this may be weird, but a lot of the time I listen to yourself, Steamfot, and LRB streams in the background of my office. You fellas are the soundtrack of my workday, LOL. That is awesome to hear, man. I do the same thing. I'm on live streams every night. There was one night last week that I was on 4 in one night. Lots of times, being that my computer is in a fish room here, being that my computer is in a fish room here, I can get on a live stream and I can change all the water in my fish room while I'm on a live stream. I have to kind of be careful sometimes, because if I get too into the chat, I will accidentally overflow a fish tank. But I get you, Josh B. I'm the same way. Joel's live streams are usually like right at 5 for me, so I'm like maybe eating supper or something like that. And yeah, I get that. Let's see here. Summer colds are the worst. Yes. This one right here, I think, Priscilla, I think this one right here kind of was like allergy related, but it really drained all my energy and power. Like I was powerless. I'm usually a superhero, and like I had no powers this week. So Fish Tropic says Jeff Ann. Yep. Dun, 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 dun. I love the fish room tour of Mile High Plecos. It was so cool to see the fish room of the guy I ordered Plecos from. Yep, it was a really well put together video. She and Michael are really good friends. They live really close together, and it was cool to see it. She got him on camera finally. Whoa, we are up over 41 right now. We broke a record, guys, and it's on Wednesday night. Isn't that crazy? So thank you to everyone that shared this live stream out. I really appreciate that. It's pretty cool. That's a big number for me. 41 in one live stream is really awesome, and I really, really, really appreciate it, guys. Thank you so, so very much. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right. Kevin says Sergeant Tank needs to make like a baby and head out. Yeah, Bob. 41. Lumpy Dog says, hello all, you know who you are. Oh man, look at Nightbot. Okay, so that's another thing I can talk about real quick. I ordered this Nightbot thing. I've never used it before, and the other night it wasn't in the live stream at all. I think I did it for 2 live streams, and tonight it shows up and it just kicked V-Stag out. He said hit the like button, and they timed V-Stag out. That's the only bad thing about Nightbot. Nightbot, you did not say anything cool tonight. You were supposed to do all my cues that I put in there. Like, yeah, stupid. Nightbot is evil. Yeah, it's the only time it's ever showed up in 3 live streams. Okay, so Allison says remember to hit the like button on the way out. Yep, definitely. And we are getting pretty close to the 1 hour mark. We got about a minute left here. Josh B says if you ever find yourself in Canada, there are tons of great LFS stores around Toronto. Angel Fins in it's top notch in Canada. Canadians in chat. Cool. Yeah, Steamfot. Bob says I kicked Nightbot to the curb after 1 stream. Candy says, why do you need Nightbot? Well, me and Corey were talking the other day, and he recommended that I get Nightbot, and I thought it would be kind of cool if Nightbot just came in here and said something that I wanted it to say every once in a while, like right there, the bot commands for this channel are available. Real thing for you fish tanks. The bot commands for this channel are available. So basically, I just wanted it to say things every once in a while. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. And Corey recommended it. But the first time that Nightbot comes and does anything, it does, like, look at what it just did to Joel. What an interesting hypothesis. Stop spamming caps. Warning. What the heck? Oh my gosh. I'll probably be kicking Nightbot to the curb, guys. Nightbot's a jerk. I farted, it stank. Boy, Nightbot kicked Kevin out too. Yeah, no kidding. Alright guys, I need to get down here and thank all my super chatters. Let's see. Mortal Slayer 82 with the $5 super chat. Thanks a lot. No question. It's for the project jar. Really appreciate it. Mortal Slayer 82. Thanks for all your support. Candy Overalls with the $2 super chat, saying congrats on all your success. I really appreciate it, Candy. You are a sweetheart, and I really love it when you're here. You are just awesome. Mile High Plecos with the $2 super chat. I can't say his super chat again. It's the same way as earlier. Mile High Plecos with the $2 super chat. I freaking made it. Thanks, Michael. I really appreciate it. And then Daryl Deemer with the $10 super chat. No comment, but Daryl, I appreciate your support. Thank you very much. So, we are at the 1 hour mark. I'm immune from Nightbot. Yeah, it only timed you out for 5 seconds, Kevin. It's like, wham, you know? I wish that when Nightbot would delete one, it would allow me to bring it back, though. I can do this all day. Look at Nightbot. KG Cichlids. I can do this all day. It's kind of funny, actually. Kevin got timed out for 600 seconds that time. Whoopsie-daisy. Whoopsie-daisy. Yeah, I'll probably have to kick Nightbot off. Jeesh. Charlie. Oh my gosh. Well, what a good way to end the stream. Thanks again for everyone that shared this out tonight. What an awesome Wednesday night stream. After my long day of meetings in the office, you guys pulled it together and made this an awesome first live Q&A, and I really appreciate it. So make sure and stop by and watch my fish room tour of the watercolors aquarium gallery in Grand Rapids, Michigan tomorrow at 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. Kick back with some coffee and watch a good little video. Love this one aquarium that's in there. It's like a 200-gallon acrylic frag tank that is just amazing. And then make sure and come back Saturday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we'll do another live stream, and this one will be just hanging out with Nightbot. Okay? Let's just come and hang out with Nightbot and just have a great, wonderful time. Anyhow, peace out, y'all. Thanks for the awesome live stream. We'll see you Saturday night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Hopefully you guys have a great rest of the week. Later.